Hey guys, welcome back to my Vlogmas. It is day 4, the 4th of December. I'm starting off this morning with some baking first thing. I wanted to get on with the cookies that I didn't get around to starting yesterday. So the first cookies I'm planning to make are the peanut butter blossoms. So they're a peanut butter cookie with a little chocolate bit on top, a little chocolate piece on top. You'll see as I go. I think they'll be fun cookies and they freeze well, so I'm going to get them in the freezer after I bake them so that I can have them ready to go for Christmas, because I want to have lots of different kinds of cookies for Christmas Day, and there's no way I'm going to be baking them within the couple of days leading up to Christmas. So these are the magic stars that I picked up yesterday. They are definitely smaller than I expected. They're smaller than I remember them. They are smaller than a Hershey Kiss. I think they're shorter is the key as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and aim to make the cookies a little bit smaller so that they're more of a good proportion from cookie to chocolate. We'll see how we go. So I've got this Skippy peanut butter. I actually usually use whole earth peanut butter, which has no added sugar, which is my preference for every day. But I bought this Skippy peanut butter for peanut butter cookies because I feel like that is the peanut butter that's intended, and I feel like you're gonna get the wrong amount of sweetness. One day I might try making these with the other peanut butter if these turn out, but I just want to start with what I think they're expecting you to use. Good cookie rhythm. I've got some rolled and ready to go in the oven. I've got some cooling, and then I have some that are fully cooled, which means I get to actually taste test these guys. They are really cute. I do like the kind of small bite size, which is what I was aiming for. So the little star's still on there, you can see. Probably this could be 2 bites, but I'm gonna try it with one. Wow. With a glass of milk, those would be so perfect. I'm really happy with these. They are better than I remember them, I have to say. Maybe it's just a really good recipe. So I will put it in the description box down below if you want to have a go at them. One thing I will say is when I was rolling the balls out and then coating them in the sugar, I found it better to just roll all the balls out and then coat them all in sugar, just because otherwise you end up getting a lot of sugar on your fingers that will then go into the balls as you're rolling them. But, ooh, yes. Magic Stars peanut butter cookies. I feel like using the Magic Stars and making peanut butter cookies feels like the ultimate Teresa cookie, because it's an American cookie with a British chocolate on top. So yeah, probably the only one who's ever made that before, but I would love it if anyone else tried as well. Honestly though, these are so delicious. Alright, final verdict now that I do not have a mouthful of cookie. I can tell you guys, these are definitely a hit. The sugar that you roll them in makes them just a little bit crunchy on the outside, but they're still really soft and gooey on the inside. Very peanut buttery, very buttery, really, really good. So I've ended up with more than a few cookies. So I've got my last ones are cooling and I've got a big plate full. I don't want to necessarily get too carried away in case I drop these. I really do hope that these freeze as well as I was told that they do. What I think I'm going to do is stick maybe some in the freezer, see how they go, and then defrost them. So stick them in the freezer, defrost them, see how they are, just because If it turns out that they freeze really badly, I might want to try and get these cookies eaten up, share them with some people, eat them up ourselves rather than, you know, have them go to waste. But I was told they freeze well, so I'm hoping that they do, and I will report back to you guys. It is now lunchtime, which is why I want to start those cookies early, because all the batches do take a while. And bonus for me, I just remembered that the quesadillas that I made last night, it makes way too many for 2 people. So we have leftovers for lunch today. So nice, easy, delicious lunch. So I have now eaten, I have showered, and I am cold, guys. So I think it's time to crack open my Advent tea calendar and have a little cup of tea to warm me up. I'm gonna start there. So Kusmi tea, Advent calendar. One day I'm gonna have to show you how long it takes me to actually find these, because that was really long. All right, number 4 up here, it looks like it is the kitchen. So the chefs are taking care of number 4 for us. I guess that makes sense, seeing as I spent a lot of today in the kitchen. So today we have white berries, forest fruit flavored white tea. Interesting. I have a bit of a funny thing with white tea. I feel like there's something about it when you drink it that it kind of sits up at the top of your palate, which I find a little bit strange. I kind of like it and it's kind of strange, but I haven't had a berry one, so I think this will be cool. Okay, Fabric Godmother time. The 4th is down here with our Christmassy dog. Sewing tip, mini bags make great scrap projects, scrap busting projects. I would agree, definitely. Got some good scrap busting projects that I go to, but little bags, I don't do that very often, but there's no reason not to. What a fun treat. This is kind of wild. It is a little voucher essentially for a sewing pattern. You get a pattern you can download. There's a QR code on the back, and you can download this bag as part of their goodies for the Advent calendar. The Piece of Bow bag. I have seen this bag and it is super cute. And hey, a little scrap busting project. That's so fun. So this afternoon I am determined to get some sewing done for the bowl cozies that I'm giving away, because time's getting on. I need to start shipping my international gifts. So I'm gonna sit down, listen to some Blossom Dearie vocal jazz music, and do a bit of batch sewing. Hiccup because life is full of them. When I was stitching together the angles, which are going to create kind of like the corner going in, I didn't check the pattern because I thought it was in my head, and I knew that from one end you had to go in 2 inches and 1 inch from the other side, and I did it the wrong way around. So I've gone in 2 inches here and 1 inch here, and it was supposed to be 2 inches from this end and 1 inch in from that end, and then draw a diagonal to join it. So basically the end result is I've ended up with this oddly small but deep bowl, which isn't gonna fit, or bowl cozy, which isn't gonna fit any bowl. I tried to kind of fudge it and see if I could just put the other side in a bit more, and then should have seen this one coming. I ended up with just like a box basically. So I kind of want to do something with this and make a box out of it just because it's kind of cool, and maybe I can use it for my offcuts, threads and things like that, but not the point. The point is I've messed up and I need to cut out some more fabric. I've got cotton batting, so this arrived yesterday and I'd been meaning to cut out the rest of the cotton batting squares. I had cut out all of the fabric, but I didn't have enough of the batting to be able to do those. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut out a couple of new fabric squares to replace the bowl cozy that I've messed up on, but also cut out the remaining cotton batting so that I'm up to date with all the cutting at least. So just to give you an update, I've managed to cut out all of the squares of the quilt batting for all the bowl cozies that I'm making. And then for all the ones that I'm going to be shipping internationally, I've managed to, on both halves of the bowl cozy, stitch together that like a corner section so it has the shape of the bowl cozy. So now I just need to stitch these two together, flip it inside out, and then top stitch. So it was good to just get through one stage. It is difficult when you're batching that you kind of feel like you're getting nowhere because you're doing the same stuff over and over again. And now I feel like I've finished a bit for a lot of the bowl cozies, and so I feel like I've made some good progress. I think that's probably it for me today. I am planning to get started on dinner pretty soon, and we're just gonna be having a quiet evening at home. But I will be checking in with you again tomorrow, and as ever, I hope to see you then. Bye!